welcome back to another video where I show you everything I eat in a day for the whole week. I'm just prepping some lunch at the moment. So in these videos I will show everything I eat. That means lunch, dinner, and snacks. I don't show breakfast because I don't really eat breakfast. And snacks, I will show everything except for fruit. I just have a bunch of apples. I'm not going to show you that every single time. So most of my lunches are low carb, keto friendly, except on the weekend when I have my cheat days. So that's today. I'm just having some whole wheat sandwiches right now. And I have some eggs prepared right now. If you want to see the rest of the video where I get all the ingredients that you see me use. Every Sunday I do a Sunday prep day video. I just finished shooting that. So that's where I get all these ingredients from that I'm pulling out of nowhere. So we've been over lunch, dinner, low carb. I don't generally show what I drink because that is just water, sugar-free soda, tea without sugar, that kind of stuff. So if I do have something else with calories in it, I will show you. But yeah, let me just tell you about the sandwich I'm making now. It's a classic Dutch sandwich called a broodje gezond, which means a healthy sandwich. I don't think it's particularly healthy because of all the ingredients, but it's ham, cheese, and then a bunch of veggies like lettuce. I'm going to add some cucumber. You can add tomato if you like. I'm not a big fan of raw tomatoes. And also add some hard-boiled eggs. So that's what I prepped in my Sunday prep day video today. So I'm just going to finish building this sandwich and then I will give you an overhead view. And there we go, lunch for Sunday, a sandwich which in Dutch is called broodje gezond or health sandwich. So that's whole wheat with ham, cheese, egg, cucumber, lettuce, and some mayo. And for a snack while I edit today's Sunday prep day video is a little chocolate bar. This is 90 grams, which in ounces is about 3 ounces, I believe, if I'm correct. It's time to make some dinner. I preheated my Ninja Foodi at 240 Celsius or 464 Fahrenheit on grill. And here I have some chicken thighs that I marinated in some harissa powder and some olive oil. So I'm just gonna put those in. And I'll grill those for about 10 minutes. So while that is grilling away, let's prep the rest. So here I have some whole wheat flatbreads. And I'm gonna put on some garlic sauce and some lettuce. Then here I have a bunch of cucumber. I'll just put on. And then I also have some peppers. I thought about sauteing them, but I like them a bit crunchy as well. And since I still had some pickled onions in the fridge from last week, I'll just use those as well. And now that the chicken thighs are cooked through, I'm just going to slice them up and add them to my wraps as well. And that's lunch for Sunday, some whole wheat flatbreads with some harissa spice chicken. For lunch on Meatless Monday, I'm having some of these lower carbs, high fiber crackers with cream cheese and some chives. And since I had some pickled onions in my fridge still, I put some on as well. And for a snack, I'm having some salted cashews. Let's go make some dinner for Meatless Monday. I'm gonna make some lentil tacos. So the pan on the heat, frying pan, I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. And to that, I'm gonna add some shredded carrot. And this is gonna be the bulk of the filling together with lentils. And I'll add some onions, garlic, some chilies, and some pepper, diced up pepper. Then I'll add some salt, and I'll just let this soften. And when things have softened, you can add your tomato product. I was going to use some tomato puree, or actually some tomato and pepper puree that I have. But when I opened the fridge, I was like, oh yeah, I have this salsa that I made the other day. Yesterday to be exact. So has a bunch of flavor. Let's just add that instead. So add a nice helping of either if you're doing the tomato puree or something like that. just add like a small can or like half of a tube if that's what you're using. But if you're using a salsa like this, just add a couple of heaped spoons. Just mix that in, that will help everything wilt down as well. And if you don't have a salsa flavor bomb, I would just do the tomato puree and then add some spices. Like cumin would be great. I like using like chipotle powder and paprika, smoked paprika powder for a little bit of a smoky flavor. So you can add that. Experiment a little bit with the seasoning you like. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep cooking this until this is all wilted down. And then the last thing I'm gonna add is a can of lentils. I'm just using a can. You can make lentils from scratch, from dried, but this is just a lot easier, especially when you're only making one portion. So get all of that in, and mix that in, and just heat that through for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna throw my tortillas in the microwave. And there you go, those are some vegan lentil tacos. I'm keeping them vegan, but if you only want vegetarian, some sour cream or something would go really nice with this, especially with all the spicy chilies, especially from the salsa. But yeah, I'm also going to try these sometimes as a quesadilla, I think, because that would also be quite good, I think. But yeah, just vegan lentil tacos for Meatless Monday. Let's go make some lunch on Tuesday. I'm going to make a low-carb stir-fry with the zucchini and chicken. So first I have a pan on the heat, a wok, and I'm just going to add a bit of oil. And here I have some chicken that I cubed up, and about half of this I'm going to throw in. And the other half is going to be for tonight. So I'm just, while that is browning, I'll just start to marinate this for tonight so it's ready to go. So I'll add a bit of oil, olive oil. And here I have a seasoning mix that's just spices and herbs, like some Mexican spices. There's no sugar or salt in this. If you're using some pre-mixed spice mixes, make sure there's no sugar in there. So I'll just add a bit of this. And since there's no salt in this, I'll add a little bit of salt as well. And in the meantime, let's give this a stir, and give this a stir as well. And this can go now in the fridge for later tonight. And I'll add a bit of salt to my chicken as well. And now that the chicken is starting to get some color, we'll add some vegetables. Here I have some shredded carrots, some onion. I'm just using a sliced red onion, some garlic, chilies, and some diced red peppers. And I'll give that a good stir and just saute that for a bit. And for seasoning, I'm just going to add a little bit of curry powder and get that stirred in. And then I'll add some zucchini that I julienned. This only takes a few minutes, so just going to dump that in, mix that in, and just saute that for a minute or two. And that is lunch for Tuesday, a low-carb stir-fry with chicken and zucchini. Quick snack, I got some beef jerky. Alright, let's go make some dinner. I have a frying pan on the heat with some oil in it. And here I have the chicken that you saw me marinate earlier. So I'm just going to put that in, and we're just going to get a bit of color on that. And now that the chicken has some color, I'm going to add some vegetables. I have some peppers here. I'll add some chilies, some red onion, and some garlic. And I'll just let that all soften. And while that is sauteing, I'm going to prepare my tortillas. I have some small tortillas here. I want cheese on both sides, just help things stick, so I'm going to put everything on one side first. And the reason I'm not doing the whole thing, because you can basically make quesadillas two ways. You can either put one tortilla on top of the other and just put that in a pan and cut it later, or you can fold it over like that. I prefer this because then it has a little bit of structure when you're holding it up and not everything slides out, because you have that one folded edge. So, but do whatever you prefer. And now that has sauteed, I'm just going to add my vegetables and chicken to my tortillas. I'm going to top it with a little bit more cheese. This will help everything stay together. And then I'm just going to fold it in half, give it a little squish. I have the pan back on the heat. I'm just reusing the same pan. You can just wipe it out if there's too much crud on the bottom. But yeah, just put in 2 at a time. And And I'm just going to let that get some color on one side, and then I'll just flip them over and get some color on the other side. And then I just cut them in half and serve them with a nice dollop of the roasted salsa that I made, so that adds in a bunch of more veggies as well. So that is dinner for Taco Tuesday, some chicken quesadillas with a homemade roasted salsa. Time to make some lunch on Wednesday. So I preheated my Ninja Foodi on grill on 240 Celsius, that's 464 Fahrenheit. And I'm just going to put my sausages in, close the lid, and grill that for 10 minutes. And while that is going, here I have a frying pan with a knob of butter. And here I have some broccolini. I'm just gonna toss in, add a bit of salt, and some pepper. And I'll just saute this for a few minutes until these are nice and tender, at which point my sausages should be done. And that is lunch for Wednesday, some broccolini with some grilled sausages. Let's marinate some chicken for dinner tonight. So here I have some diced up chicken. I'll add a little bit of oil, and I'll juice in a lime, some salt, I'll do some cumin, some paprika. I'm using smoked paprika, but you can use regular. Some chipotle powder, or you can just use chili powder, garlic powder, and some onion powder. And combine that all together, and that can go in the fridge for tonight. All right, let's make some dinner. Here I have some rice, some brown rice with some water, and it's a ratio of 1 part rice to 2 parts of water. And I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave. So it depends on your microwave how long exactly, but for mine it's about 10 minutes on high, full blast, and then 10 minutes on half power. While the rice is going, I have a pan on the heat, a little frying pan with some oil, and here I have the chicken that I marinated earlier. And I'm just going to saute that until it's cooked all the way through. I'll turn the heat down, and I'll quickly heat up some corn kernels, like a small can. So my rice is done. I'm just gonna add in my chopped cilantro, and I will juice in a lime. Mix that up. Put that in my bowl with my corn and my chicken. Finish off with a nice dollop of my roasted salsa. That's dinner for Wednesday, some lime cilantro rice bowl with chicken, corn, and some roasted salsa. Right, let's make some lunch on Thursday. So I have a pan on the heat with a little bit of butter that I melted. And now I'm just gonna add some bacon lardons, and I'll let the fat render out. And then I'm gonna add some vegetables. So here I have some shredded carrots, some garlic, some sliced red onion, some chilies, and some diced red pepper. And I'll just let that saute a bit. I'm not going to add salt at this point because there's already a lot of salt in the bacon lardons, but I will add a little bit of pepper. And I'll just let this soften for a minute or two. I'll add my julienne zucchini, and here I have some cream cheese that I'm going to mix in. That is lunch for Thursday, some zoodles with bacon and cream cheese. For a snack, I'm having some hard-boiled eggs. Let's make some dinner on Thursday. So it's very simple. I'm gonna make some couscous. So for that, I just boiled some water in my kettle, and I'm gonna add that to some couscous. You want roughly a 1-to-1 in volume. So this is hot. This can just go to the side and just steep, and that will completely cook the couscous. And then here I have a pan on the heat with some oil in it, and I'll just add some chicken that I cubed up, and I'm just going to let this brown. And now that the chicken is starting to get some color, here I have some diced peppers and a little bit of red onion, just because that's the vegetables I had left. This sauce that I'm going to be using is pretty much all vegetable, but I like adding a little bit of fresh, and it's a good way to use that up. And I'll just add a little bit of salt. Now the vegetables have softened, I'm just going to add this harissa paste. So just get that in. And we're just going to warm this through. And I just fluffed up the couscous a bit and then served that harissa chicken over. So that's dinner for Thursday, some couscous with some harissa chicken. Let's make some lunch for Friday. I usually do fish Fridays, so I'm going to make some tuna salad for some low-carb crackers. Here I have a can of tuna that I drained. So I'm just gonna put that in my bowl. And I'll add some finely diced red onion, some celery for a little bit of crunch, add some mayo, and then I like adding a little bit of curry powder for some flavor, and just a little bit of salt because there's already salt in the tuna. And I'll just mix everything up. And I'm just gonna throw that on my low-carb crackers that you saw me use the other day as well. So that is lunch for Friday, Fish Friday, some tuna salad on some lower carb crackers. It is actually my birthday today, March 28th, so you might expect some cake in this What I Ate in a Day video, but if I'm honest, I'm just not really a cake person. I'm not really a sweet treat person in general, apart from chocolate. I really do like my chocolate. But yeah, I just don't care enough about cake to have a cheat day. But no judgment here. If you really do like cake, by all means, on your birthday, have a cheat day, treat yourself, you've earned it. But it's just not worth it for me. What I am going to treat myself with is dinner. I don't know what I'm going to order yet, but I'm going to order something nice. I'm kind of thinking sushi maybe because it's Fish Friday. And I do like sushi, like some nice fresh made sushi. But I'm also thinking like ribs sound pretty good right now. So I'll just have a little look what's available. But yeah, leave me a comment below what your birthday dinner would be, like your perfect birthday dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look, and in a second you'll just see what I ended up getting. I ended up going for sushi, so I have some spicy crispy salmon and some spicy crispy chicken, and I have some gyoza with that as well. And that is everything I ate this week. If you like this kind of content, I try to do these videos about once a month, and you can also check out my Instagram where I post every single meal. And also, if you'd like to see how I made some of the things like the salsa that you saw me use this week, you can check out the Sunday Prep Day video where I made those kind of things and where I cut all my vegetables and things like that, and that will be linked here at the end. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.